Proverbs 24, 12, Matthew 16, 26. All right, shalom, shalom. With the GMS Virginia camp back out here once again to do what we've been called to do, and that's prophesy. Before we get started, like always, we give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, 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 Hashem. The ball is our teachers, the elder apostles, the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. We'll get into the topic of what you reap, you will sow. All right, what you sow, you will reap. That's anything in life. All right, in the truth, in the world, whatever you sow is what you reap. Whatever work, whatever effort you put into something, that's the outcome that you'll receive in return. All right? Whether it be an aspiration, a desire, a dream you have in this world to pursue, whatever hustle or energy you put into that, that's what you'll get out of it. Why you look at these celebrities, these entertainers, a lot of them went so far as selling their souls because that's how much they wanted to achieve their passion in this world. And what did they get? All right, they got what they wanted. They achieved their dream. They achieved their aspiration. They did everything necessary, all right, to make it to the top of that field. All right. So we apply that mindset to the truth, but you can also apply that mindset to Esau being the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. All right, him sowing death, destruction, lies on the earth. What is the reward for that? All right. So we're going to touch on that on many different levels today. I can't from the spirit to take us one else. Let's get on Galatians 6.
The book of Galatians, chapter 6, and verse 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Yeah, the both sides not mocked. All right? Whatever a man sow, you shall reap. Whatever you're putting your hand to the plow to, you're working towards something. Right? So we look at it from the truth aspect. What are you working for in the truth? What is your goal? Did you set goals for yourself? All right? The ultimate goal is to get the kingdom. You know that. But you should have other goals in the truth. All right? You should have levels you should be trying to attain. All right? Read that again, brother.
Book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is not mocked.
And really get into Genesis, where the Lord said, you have to work to get what you want in life, all right? Scriptures tell you if a man doesn't work, he don't eat. All right? There's another scripture that says, O thy sluggard, consider the ant in his ways. All right, look how the ant continues to work to build the ant kingdom, right? They work, they toil all throughout the day. They ain't lazy, they ain't lackadaisical. They're in line, they're in order. You may look at that line and be like, right? So they're gonna reap whatever they're sowing. So when you go into the ground and you look at an ant kingdom and you look at the miraculous, thing that they built, it'll blow your mind. It'll shock your mind. It's a little hole that's in the ground. Within that little hole is tunnels, little houses, the main area where they keep the main queen ant. They work and toil for that year long. Right? You gotta look at creation. Everything has a purpose under the sun, like the scripture said. So apply your purpose. What is your purpose? What are you working toward? Let's look at that Genesis.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, and I'll start at verse 17. And it says, Unto Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Verse 18, thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. Verse 19, in the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread till thou return unto the ground, for out of it was thou taken, for the dust thou art, and the dust shalt thou return.
The Lord told Adam, right, man, the first spirit, first man, Adam, that look, because you left your purpose and followed after a woman, I'm gonna have you work for your bread now. All right, by the sweat of your brow, you're gonna have the toys. All right, you got to work for everything that you desire. Will it be a better living situation? Will it be a better transportation, better situation? Will it be being able to provide more for whatever family you have, or people that you have around you that you care for? We're gonna have to toil day in and day out to achieve that. Right? That was a curse he got from leaving his purpose. So now that you're waking up to the truth and you know what your purpose is, what do you have to do to achieve your goals? What are your goals? All right? You know you're a Hebrew Israelite now. You should set goals for yourself. Okay, I want to know this amount of Hebrew words by this amount of time. I want to know, this breakdown, but not only know this breakdown, how to go into the history of it. All right, look at the maps and know where these locations at that the scriptures are describing. When they mention certain land names, I want to learn what's the history behind these people that the scriptures are mentioning. All right, you should set goals for yourself to increase yourself in the truth. And what did Bruce Lee say? Be water. Water flows. Water keeps going. The truth is like water. It's not stagnant. Right? You can't be stagnant in the truth. You can't just come and say I'm a Hebrew Israelite, know some breakdowns and stay at that level for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years. That's stagnant water. That's stunted growth. You're not growing. All right? It's just like if you look at it in sports, from a sports aspect, if you go play the same team, like in the playoffs, they play the same team basketball, for instance. You get this a 7-game series in the playoffs. You play the same team every night in that 7-game playoff series. They could go to 7 games. But if you go with the same damn plays every game, they're gonna be able to draw a play to defeat that shit. You're stagnant. You ain't growing. You ain't learning. You supposed to go back in back in the locker room, get on the chalkboard and say, okay, this is what we went wrong at. Or in football, they watch game film. Okay, the corner, the safety, they caught me right here, off the screen. I got to be better on the right hand. So whatever. You take notes and you grow from it. You don't just say, I made it to the NFL, I made it to the NBA. I'm good. And then you see a lot of niggas that don't. Man, they got like 300 dudes every year that coming into these professional leagues. So if you're an average dude that's just got a bench spot, more than likely you ain't gonna be on that team ball situation. That's why you see so many trades happen. Because there's better talent coming in every year. If you're stagnant, just comfortable where you at, the Lord is gonna cut your ass. All right? It don't matter how long you've been in the truth. It's only a matter of time before the Lord gets you out of here. The Lord gonna go lukewarm, half-assed. I'm cool where I'm at. Israelites, man. This is the creme de la creme. The 144 we talking about. Out of billions of people. They just said like the 8th billion person was just born. And that's there. We're dealing with 144,000 out of 8 billion people. You think the Lord is just taking any old regular dudes? You're supposed to have your whole heart and mind is supposed to be applied to achieving the things necessary to grow in this faith. Or you're not going to make it. And the elders always try to get them to grow, but I mean, just certain men is going to receive and certain men are not. You know?
The book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt.
What is treasures on earth? Women, kids, friends you like in the world. Then you can tie the physical and tangible things to clothes, jewelry, cars, houses. Setting your affections on things in the world. Saying, well, I got a treasure here. I got something important here in the world. Yeah, I like this. I'm gonna hold on to this. Go ahead.
And where thieves break through and steal.
Yeah, Esau can take your woman. Esau can take your kids. An unfortunate event can happen where you just lose them. Esau can take you into your tangible things, all right? Your clothes, your house, your car. Something unfortunate can happen. Or you can die. You not exempt from death. The Lord can take you out. And now you just left whatever amount of work you built up to them. Now, if you was to die right now, are you satisfied with the work that you put in for the Lord? That's the question you gotta ask yourself every day you wake up. Are you satisfied with the work you put in for the Supreme Almighty Yahweh Ba'ashem? If the question is no, you need to rebuke yourself and get on the Lord. Because we don't have much time left. All right? Go ahead.
But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt.
Set your mind on the kingdom that you can't see. All right? You need to build a Quran because listen, it's easy to go into how it's easy. You know, for Satan to tempt you in the world because things in the world is attainable. You can touch it, you can smell it, you can see it. Right? You can see the woman you want, you can touch the woman you want, you can see the car you want, you can touch the car you want, you can see the job you want, you can touch the job you want. You can be tempted with all these things. And though we talk about the kingdom, it's supposed to boost your spirit. You know, the kingdom ain't here. So it's easy to not have your mind set on the kingdom to come and set on things of the world, achieving prizes here in the world. And that's what Satan, that's what his playground is, in the flesh, tempting you with fleshly things, throwing you fleshly prizes, and keeping your mind off the work. Throwing you fleshly distractions to keep your mind off the work. That's Satan's whole goal. That's his purpose. To keep your mind off storing up for the Lord, man. Right? It's like when your kid get the new game system, right? He got the game he bought for Christmas. Now he ain't doing his homework. Now he's playing Grand Theft Auto and 2K all day long. He didn't put he do it every now and then. I give it that. It'll always be right there. That's Debbie Jake mindset the truth. I can always, open my mind, but I can always put it in. I can always, do this and do that. Just put it on, but as soon as something in the world calls you up, you don't waste no time. You don't waste no time. And you don't think the Lord sees that? You playing with fire, literally, Go ahead.
And where thieves do break through nor steal.
Yeah, Esau can't take away what we have for us. If we continue to store towards Yahweh Ba'ashem, he can't take that. So he wants to take that. He wants you go to the next kingdom. You see that you left with really nothing compared to what the elect's going to have. Because though all Israelites going to be decked out and wealthy out of this world, when you see what the elect have, you're going to be like, damn, you're on a low level compared to what the Lord is going to reveal to the elect. Where they're going to be able to go to things that they're going to be able to do. Just because we're going to be all gods don't mean everybody's going to have the same spiritual capabilities. That may be restricted for a certain level of group of Israelites. Don't think everybody will be doing the same exact thing as going to be certain levels. You knowing that, but see, if you don't meditate on these things, your mind's always a world of things, you don't even consider that. And maybe in the kingdom, I might not be able to fly like some of them brothers. I might not be able to teleport like some of them brothers. You know? You don't know what gifts the Lord is going to give to certain men and things. Man. That's the mindset you're supposed to have. That's what this truth is likened as a gift. All right? What do you do with a gift? You're supposed to trust it. All right? The Lord gave you a portion, you're supposed to multiply it. Brother, get the parable of
This is the point here on 21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. What the brother was saying is, like, wherever you put your force in this world, that's what you're going to concentrate on, So if you concentrate on worldly things, well, guess what? You're going to do worldly things, and you're not going to concentrate on Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and do the work,
Yeah, yeah, the brothers did a good video on music. The brother, I keep getting the older brother's name. He was in the New York camp and he moved to Alabama. He's been doing these great broadcasts. He had all the brothers up there, Eric Deshaun, brother Amon Gabal from New York, where he went to music carries certain vibrations. And music takes you out of a certain zone, a certain mindset. And it's designed to do that. It's designed to do it. It's rap music and all this. It's not just rap music, but all this. You got rock music, melodic rock music. And it carries vibration to keep your mind off spiritual things, or righteous things. And it's not just music that does it, right? There's so many distractions in the world that keep your mind off your growth. And it's not just doing videos, your growth is your walk with the Lord. Like we was going into last week, your conduct, your conversation. Are you growing with the way you act, the way you behave? Right? You still fall and slip over the same bullshit. Where's your mindset? Has your mindset going? Are you on a different level? Your speech. Right? That's how you should be measuring yourself. When the scripture say examine if thou be in the faith. Right? When you go to that word examine, it means to scrutinize very closely. So you're supposed to examine yourself daily that thou be in the truth. Okay, am I growing? Am I changing? Right? Am I still keeping the company around niggas? Is my mindset still set on nigga shit, worldly shit? That's when you're examining yourself. If you're not doing that, you're not examining yourself. You're just going through emotions. Right? It's easy to just go through emotions. Go ahead. Was that on there, brother?
Yeah, kind of.
This is going back on the point that you had made concerning about are you content with the work that you have been doing for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man? And the answer to that question is no. You shouldn't be content at all. You should always want to keep yourself occupied, in the spirit. So this is Isaiah chapter 62, verse 6. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Yea, they make mention of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, keep not silence.
Yeah, prayer. You know what I'm saying? Prayer, man. You're supposed to be praying. Taking time out your day, your knees praying, man. All that in your head shit is cool too. That's what you call lazy prayer. Alright? You just throw a prayer up to the Lord. You need to take time out your day and get on your knees to the Lord. To your head, bow down, pray. Right? All that you do the quick prayer, prayers in your head, maybe you start with a prayer. You know what I'm saying? You throw a prayer before you do a certain situation in your head. But that's what you call a quick little hot pot. That's a hot pot. You know what I'm saying? The Lord wants them other prayers, man. He said the prayers incense. Here is the angels. You got Raphael and the angels. In the Apocrypha, they talks about how they carry the prayers of the saints. You want them to just carry hot pocket prayers, short little prayers, you just came up in your head. You should be times out of the day, you on your knees just praying to the Lord, man. Asking for forgiveness and being specific about what you need forgiveness for. If you ain't doing that, then you're not examining yourself. You got to examine yourself, rebuke yourself, change that. The scripture say pray without ceasing. There's a scripture that says that, man. Those are the things you're supposed to work on. It's not just doing videos, not just clothing campus. It's your whole makeup now. It's you as a new creature. Where's your growth at? Are you monitoring your growth? Where's your goals at? Are you monitoring all your checklists? Or are you just going through the motions?
I'm just going to that word watchman. In the Hebrew, it says shamar. It says to keep, to guard, observe, give heed. It says keep watch. It says protect, save life. Okay, so going into that, man, we're supposed to be, keeping a watch, man, for these prophecies, or seeing what's going on. Because the scriptures say that the Lord shall come like a thief in the night. Well, if you being a good watchman, the Lord won't catch you by surprise, man. Continuing on, man.
Watchmen. They're watchmen. They focus on the watch while they're being spent. You gotta imagine if you didn't use the sun, you can't assign people to watchmen at the time. And here there's an enemy coming in. after I clock out, I'm like, oh, you know, we're gonna do it. You know what? Then the arrow gets shot through your fucking neck. How did what's his name get taken down? How did the grandson of Nebuchadnezzar get taken down? With the knights of the Persian elite. Was not he entertaining women? Was not he drinking and getting drunk? Was not he being he wasn't observing shit. And he was losing his kingdom as he was speaking. Right? You don't know when the Lord's going to cause the lights to go off in America, telecommunications to go off, food to just disappear in the stores. The next plague to hit the streets, let's hit the news, Ebola back. They're saying they already prepped for another Ebola out there. You know when the Lord's going to allow pestilence to just run rampant. But you being distracted with worldly things. That's how you know you're comfortable where you are. And you're going to find yourself in a dire situation. When you step on this side, this is deadly serious. Deadly serious. It's cute that you got Jake waking up now, but these Israelites, they got to tell Jake about the dangers that's coming, man. You know, I had my little sister, she was asking me about the whole Kanye situation, wanted me to break down the scriptures too and stuff, man. But they don't want to hear what's coming behind it. Okay, you're a Hebrew Israelite, but now you have to prep your mind for straight destruction and death that's about to befall this earth. And that's the message they don't want to hear. You got a lot of Israelites that don't want to hear that message. That's why you got camps like IUIC and got all these people in their camps that don't know destruction is coming. Because you telling them there ain't going to be no Jacob trouble, there ain't going to be no destruction. I could be a Hebrew Israelite and just eat Cheetos and Doritos and drink till like my belly about to bust, sit on my ass and don't work for the Lord, continue to be a half-ass nigga, and then it get beamed up. That's what you see in these camps. Half-ass Israelites that have no fear of the Lord. Holding posts, don't know no history, don't know how to really go delve into the scriptures, don't know how to stand on the foundation on their own. They ain't reading, they ain't studying, they ain't praying. Niggas are just niggas with Friends t-shirts on, right? And if I can see it, if brothers can see it, how much more the Lord? If a man can see this. Yeah, and the evidence is that we had this guy, right? I mean, he was in Richmond, and he was from IUIC, and he came. So you know, the men are not learning. He was like, I'm finna cut y'all right now. And I'll say, you saw the so-called white man. The scriptures tell you, Alexander is the king of the land of Jaffa. That's how you know they're not learning and students. You know? If I conquer the land of Texas, they gonna say, I'm a conqueror of Texas. Don't mean that's my nationality, you fucking nigga. And that's the basis you see these guys using. When you're looking at this guy, or what's this guy name that's popular now because his movie? Golden Man. They use that basis on Alexander, scripture that Alexander was in. What you had in that land was Jaffa the Willing. You don't understand the history behind it. Esau went into that land and stole what they were keeping, like he always did for himself. But when you're not raising up actual men that can stand on their own, right? You're raising up lukewarm, half-assed men. They're not willing to learn these things. They just want to put filters on, go to the club, you know what I'm saying? Get high, drink all goddamn day long. You know, just be a nigga in the world. And then they're gonna get beat up. That's not how it works. And all these niggas are gonna tuck tail when Esau come down. And when the famine comes and destruction come, all you half-ass Israelites are not gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it. Yeah. I can't wait for it to get like fucking Walking of the Dead at this motherfucker, man. So we can see who really stand for the Lord, man. Cause it, like, I see why those folks get so mad like that. Like that video when he got on brothers by making videos. He's like, man, fucking you poor ass niggas. That shit makes you pissed, man. Cause here it is, you be fighting for the Lord. You come on this side, you just, what are you doing, man? Putting your hand to the plow, you ain't plowing. And you see it through all these camps, man. And we need to get all Israel, wake up.
is Isaiah chapter 62, verse 7. It says, and give him no rest till he establish and till make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
I give this man no rest. Last time I checked, Jerusalem ain't a praise in the earth. Right now, that land is actually being condemned by other nations. And the people in that land are being condemned. So what are we supposed to do when he says give him no rest? Come out here every week, put up your videos as much as you can, study as much as you can, because the fight is more spiritual than anything. So he's in your mind Monday through fucking Sunday, man. In your mind. You know? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Con, because I was going to the fact that it's like when you have a job, you know, your boss is paying you to be productive on the clock, all right? And you may have, you know, finished a certain part of the job, but there's still more work to be done, all right? And he's not paying you just to sit on your ass and just let that money go to waste. It's the same thing with Yahweh Shemi Shah. He didn't give you a gift to just let it sit there and be wasted, man. All right? He gave it to you so you can receive usury out of it, interest. All right, so it can grow, so you can bring forth more fruit. All right, the scriptures say that you should know a man by his fruits.
I'm glad you said that, because we got to go to Luke 19. It goes right into that. Go ahead,
Let's start from the top. Get the whole story on it. Now, this is Luke 19, and it says, and Yahushua entered and passed through Jericho, and behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus, which was a chief among the publicans, and he was rich, and he sought to see Yahushua.
This is story like this is just to give a plain example. When you read stuff like that, you immediately say, "Oh, okay, who's this guy? Oh, what's a public? Oh, what's this land? Let me look up his research so I can really know what the hell I'm talking about." Not just being a parent when you come in the house of God. That's how you grow. That's how you be able to stand on your own in that day. That's how you take the training wheels off. Right? That's how you come across from the Lord. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and he sought to see Yahushua, who he was, and could not for the press, because he was little of stature. And he ran before and climbed up into the sycamore tree to see him, for he was to pass that way. And Yahushua came to the place, and he looked up and saw him, and he said unto him, Zacchaeus, make haste and come down, for today I must abide at thy house. He made haste and came down and received him joyfully. And when they saw it, they all murmured, saying that he was gone to be a guest with a man that is a sinner. And Zacchaeus stood, and he said unto the Lord, Behold, Lord, I have the half of my goods I give to the poor. And if I have taken anything from any man by false accusation, I restore unto him fourfold. Verse 9. And Yahushua said unto him, This day is salvation come to thy house, to this house, for so much as he also is a son of Abraham. You know, so this man was also an Israelite.
Yeah, they were basically when you go into that, he said he was short in stature, so he had to climb the tree to speak to the people. But he was a tax collector, but the people, they didn't agree with Yahushua, listening to this man, because they looked at him as a sinner. Right? So we keep reading into that.
You know, the same way they looked at Paul, based on how he was set up within the Roman military, Verse 10, for the Son of Man is come to seek and to save that which was lost. Verse 11, and as they heard these things, he added and spake a parable, because was nigh to Jerusalem, and because they thought that the kingdom of the Most High should immediately appear. He said, therefore, a certain noble went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds. And he said unto them, Occupy until I come. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him, saying, we will not have the man to reign over us. And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom,
Then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading.
The definition of occupy, G 4231, and it is to be occupied in anything, to occupy in a business, to carry on the business of a banker or a trader, to busy oneself with, that is, to trade, occupy.
Yeah, you don't got to give the precept, but there's a precept that says the Lord told us the servants oftentimes to be called. And we just stay busy. All right?
Scriptures also say putting that off from day to day.
We're not all from day to day, because like I said, you don't know if the Lord will require your life tomorrow. That's the pride of life to say, oh, I can do that tomorrow, I can do this tomorrow. You don't know what the hell you can do tomorrow. And that's the pride of life, man. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And when it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given money, that he might know how much every man gained by trading. Verse 16. Then came first, saying, Lord, thy pound have gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, Well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in very little.
Yeah, so he had a pound. Okay, hey, boss man, take more for it. He ready to go back out and get some more. What you go? If you had a man, like you use the analogy of a business owner. If you an employee, and what's the, like an advertising company, a referral business. Like a referral business. You gifted one referral, and you go back and tell your boss, hey, I got 10 more referrals for you. I'm gonna boost you up to level to tier 2 or tier 3. I'm gonna boost your ranking. Because I need you to be like you around. Stop that. Yeah. Because when we talk about hiding your candle is not just, oh, I don't wash teeth. It's more than that. You can be in a cabinet hiding your candle. If you're not exhausting everything that you've been given, you're hiding your candle. The Lord gave you the understanding, and you're not utilizing it to the best of your ability. You're hiding your candle. You're literally hiding your candle. You're literally diminishing your candle.
Stay out the road like a just and them say easy push it in. You better clear your name. People want to live without Jesus, so hard them out to catch up with Jesus. No peace like the days and back up on that to get into Jesus. You stop them with the in your face. Oh, John, guide and protect me. Protect me from the foes and the enemy. Oh, John, guide and protect me. Keep them up and them up. Keep my fire, toughen like a force and force. Just when you don't follow them, you're trouble. Oh, Jaja, guide and protect me. Protect me from the foes and the enemies.
We're supposed to love all black people, you know? They come over and see them, like, how you know we all smoke? That's like a courtesy. That's like a, you know. Yeah, he definitely smoked it on. That's a regular. But that's supposed to be an elder of the nation.
Right.
He's at least 60. At least. But we supposed to live on black people. Fuck him. Now, you see how Satan work? So let's go back to what he was doing. Oh, the analogy of referral. So he had a power and he brought back 10 pounds. That's the type of guy you want around. That's the type of guy you know when you get fucked up. Oh, I was saying about hiding your candle, right? The Lord has given you, every brother has something that's good and it's true. You might not even find it yet because you ain't applying yourself. A lot of times brothers go, I don't know that ain't in you. Put it in a plan or something. You sit, you ain't even working. You're not playing. Play on. But whatever you've been gifted with, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to use that to its fullest extent. All right? Like if you just, I gotta use the analogy of sports again because that's what the Crawfords always did. They use things in the world. If you were just a shooter on the team, you're gonna make sure in practice you're gonna get up all the shots you can. So when that corner shot come your way, you're able to hit it when it's hit. If you're not practicing and working, you're gonna break it when your moment comes up. Right? You can't be in the street padding your field. Remember, the angels are recording everything that you do. An angel will camping around them that are saying the name Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh. They're looking at how much you're applying yourself. All right? It's like in school, if a teacher can tell the students that's studying, doing their homework, that's doing extra work. Like you used to laugh at them kids in school, but now them kids are CEOs and companies, now they own thriving businesses, using the whole way bullshit. You just look down at it. Extra work. They doing after class, come in early for everybody else. And now he tell you what to do with the job. Right? You had that mindset, you got guys had that same mindset. Everything's a goddamn game and joke. You know? Go ahead, brother.
That's verse 18. And it says, and the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise unto him, be thou also over 5 cities.
Yeah, this brother, he had a pound too. He only got back 5. But you don't look down on that. He came back with more than what he had. He used everything he was given to the best of his ability. His ability was able to bring back 5 pounds. All right, now you got to look at that as your growth for the truth. The Lord is giving you a name back. He's giving you what we believe we're trying to do from. He's giving you that back. He's giving you all the correct breakdowns. What are you doing with it? Jake needs to hear this word. You got to constantly be pushing out this message. Them videos, we always got to get the videos, man. Jake constantly needs to hear that word, man. Jake constantly got to be fed. You don't know who those videos are going to use. I remember my old page, my very first page, I didn't have I thought nobody was watching. It was like 1 or 2 views. Man, I checked and see where them views were coming from, different parts in the country. And then you may have one person that watches and they'll compliment, man, thank you for this, I needed it. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who these videos and these messages, but you just sitting on what you can get. You're not working on your growth. You're not learning to know more about what you can get. You're not multiplying anything. You're not useful. You're just a dead weight body that the Lord's going to remove in due time. That's how you're supposed to look at yourself in the truth. That's how you examine yourself in the workforce. All right? I'm glad you used that analogy about the job, man, because when you look at certain guys on the job, some people get promoted, some people don't get promoted. Now, if it's a just company, or a company that actually goes by the book, they will promote the guys that are doing the job correctly. And able to get the job done in a quick amount of time and doing it right. And able to teach others how to do it correctly.
You got some people in the job that shouldn't even be in the job.
No, go ahead.
You got some people in the job who shouldn't even be in the job that can't even do the job.
They ain't working. And a lot of those people be comfortable, and then they get that notice.
Yeah.
It may take a couple of years, but eventually they get that notice that the CEO then came down and looked at, hold on, I'm looking at these e-barrels. Y'all done had a lot of dead weight these past couple of years. Get him out of here, get him out of here. Get him out of here. What the fuck? Get him out of here. What you think the Lord gonna do in crunch time? You know, look at him. Angels, bring me the list. See what this work, this brother been doing. Okay, this brother been in 5, 6 years. It's a brother that came in a year and did twice as many videos. It's a brother that came in 2 years and is more charitable. It's a brother that came in 3 years and is more on fire. He pray more. How the fuck this brother been in almost a decade? The brother that just came in is way on fire for me. Yeah, get this dude out of here. Give me the brother that just came in. That's what I need. Okay?
Verse 20, it says, and another came saying, Lord, behold, here thy pound, which I have kept and laid under a napkin, and I feared thee, because thou art austere man.
You trying to give an excuse. I had this, I had that. It's hard, Lord, in the world. We got so much stuff in our mind. We're dealing with jobs, we're dealing with bills, and people that hate us. There was so much to how to concentrate. You had time for that rap music. You had time for the shorty that called up. You had time for this person. You had time for that interaction, that event. You know, you had time to go to the bar with this person. You had time to do this and do that. Ain't no excuses in that day. And I'm speaking as a man, so you got to think how the Most High views this stuff. The Most High is a whole different level of austereness and strictness when it comes to these things. He puts you to death for some of the slightest things that you may think is nothing. You put the Lord said, the scripture said, we persuade me by the fear of the Lord, trembling. This is how the angels go to the throne of the angels and their powers. They can't even die. But they understand that the Lord created them and He's able to do with them as He will. So they tremble when they go to the throne. They don't go there on some proud shit. How much more you as a mere man that's forgiving the truth? And you just look at it and I can do it how I want to do it. Things are how I want to do it. And there's gonna be a lot of, I was just I forgot what camp earlier. They was going into it. It's got a lot of Jakes and Jacob trouble that ain't gonna make it, man. The elders say it all the time, even within GMS. There's gonna be a lot of guys that's not gonna hit the cut. There's a lot of dead weight, man. We be getting reports about guys that been this thing for almost a decade, some a decade, lukewarm out the ass, just going through the motions. You needed them to go set up their own camp with brothers and lead brothers. You couldn't even trust that man. And this is supposed to be a guy that got 10 years in the truth. You couldn't trust that man to lead them to properly give an example to the world and make sure he's doing what he's supposed to do. And if a man can't trust him, how much more the Lord? Yeah, brother. And you wonder why the elders be so strict. But you gonna wait for elder post to honor and get mad again if you want another one of them videos. You want another one of them? Because when that happens again, I'm gonna tell you, we gonna get orders down, and then they gonna be telling us what brothers are doing what. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna have to get on board. You know that we be getting messages from brothers over us. Why this bro ain't doing it? Why this bro ain't doing it? Then we look bad as we. You all sit up over there. Why this brother ain't doing it?
Verse 21 again, it says,
if you don't want to work, you gotta join ISPK. They let you wear sunglasses at camp. You know what I'm saying? Post up like a G, a gangster, run people off the block. You can do that. You gotta do it. Just like Captain Tazari can teach. All we gotta do is just, post up.
Verse 21 again, it says, for I feared thee, because thou art an obscure man, thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou did not sow. He saith unto him, out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knowest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. It says, wherefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that my coming I might have required my own with usury.
Yeah, so the Lord said, look, you know that I'm reaping what I didn't sow. What I gave you is mine anyways. I won't interest in it. Now when you go to that word austere, it says a person's or manner that is harsh, severe, grim, strict, cruel, sour, bitter. So a lot of guys can get butt hurt when they get rebuked by bros. They don't like a brother's energy. You definitely gonna like Yahweh Shah, because he ain't gonna smile at all. You know, I say it all the time. That a lot of folks say they know you brother Yahweh Shah's on, but he might get an uppercut. That ain't all for them to see. Don't think you can't get an uppercut just because you turn to God and that you might uppercut you for doing that. Gut check. You know what I'm saying? That's the Lord. We're dealing with our big bro. Go ahead.
Verse 23, and it says, wherefore then gavest not thou money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required my own with usury. And he said unto them that stood, that stood by, take from him the pound and give it unto him that have 10 pounds.
So everything that he's been gifted, kick him out the truth. Just as freely as you've been given, it can be taken away. You can totally lose the breakdowns, the understanding. You can lose all of them. Lord can just take it out of your peanut anytime he wants. He ain't get enough with it. Take it from him, give it to the Lord. That's really going to be all of that's going to happen at the last minute. You know? And it's going to hit you in Jacob's shoulder. Out of nowhere, you might just get a spirit of fear upon you. The lights go out, right? So now you just drenched in fear. What am I gonna do? You try to pray to the Lord, you ain't getting an answer. And that day you gonna know you was forsaken. And you ain't gonna know why either. Well, you gonna know why. You knew you was a half-ass. The Lord ain't gonna beat you that day. In Jacob's trouble, you gonna look up and see that the angels ain't there for you, protecting you. The Lord ain't answering your prayers. You know what I'm saying? That's how scary this thing is, man. Talk about getting beamed up all the time. We got a ways to go before we get beamed up, man. At the end of the kingdom. We still indebted to the Lord. We still in slavery. We still in captivity, man. We in a grace period right now that's about to close up. And then the Lord is going to allow you to touch you again, man. Simple as things. You so-called white people go into slavery, too, for everything your forefathers did. Be prepared for that. Go ahead, bro.
It said, and they said unto him, Lord, he hath 10 pounds. For I say unto you, that unto every man which shall be given, and from him that have not, even that he shall be taken away from him. Verse 27, it says, but those mine enemies, what was not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. You know, and that's the harshness of the Lord. You know, if you ain't giving your full potential, you know, your portion that the Lord has given you, you know, that hey, you going weary of serving the Lord, you know, and when it hits the fan, like the brother said, hey, the Lord might take the spirit from you, you know. That's pretty much it on that.
Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I have come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. So you ain't doing the work, you know, like you know, the brother was bringing out, you know, the shots and I'll stay a man. You know, what do you think he's gonna do to you in that day? You know?
I feel like the Lord has to protect you in Jacob's trouble. You don't have to. They ain't guarantee you gonna be protected in that day. The scriptures clearly tell you in that day you should know who his chosen is. How you gonna know? Because you gonna know who being protected and who ain't. Right? You gonna see who got spiritual powers and who don't. You gonna see who guided, who knows who's guided, where to go, where not to go in that day. And you gonna be left alone in the darkness, man. Gnashing the teeth. And then you're gonna be resorted to what? Looking for a corner way out. Feeding. Help. Somebody help. That's the day we approach, the day of darkness. Did you know the camp leaders teaching your congregation now? Go ahead,
This is Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water.
Yeah, even Wonder Bread gonna be gone. Gonna be shit left. Everything is saving like gonna be fucking running. That's gonna be the first. Cause them niggas, you know, I used to live right next to something. Hood, just niggas. I'm talking just niggas. They go. That's the first day they gonna bust the glasses. That shit. Save a lot of the corner stores. See how niggas acting and shit, you know. Disaster code. He may try to act a little submitted, exponential progress. You know what I'm saying? Your whole food. For maybe a day that the line might be long. They might, you know. After that, when they realize there ain't shit else coming in, they gonna turn bloody. You know? Go ahead, brother.
It says, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but the hearing the words of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yeah, it's crazy. The prophets ain't gonna do that here. You know what I'm saying? And YouTube, and you just had this guy, Elon Musk. He's in control of Twitter now. Nigga, Twitter fingers went crazy. Yeah, free speech is still allowed, but not freedom of speech. So any hate speech is gonna be blocked. You know, so they already laying the groundwork for what they deem as hate speech, which means what? They got their eyes on us. Some of us gonna be thrown into what? Prison. Some of us gonna be what? Beheaded. Right? That's the plight of a prophet. Read everything that happened to a prophet was either he got put to death at the hands of these wicked men, either he was locked up in prison. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no good life for a prophet. You know? Now in the prophet's eyes, of course, he deemed it, a glory to endure these things for the Lord. For a corner man looking at him like, nah, he did was preaching. He got killed. You know what I'm saying? Nothing new under the sun. They know where we live. They check our IP addresses. They know where we work. They know where your mama works. They know what school your family, your brothers and sisters go to. They know what school your children at. You know everything about you, man. This is the truth. COINTELPRO is in this. CIA is in this. FBI got their hands all in this. Man, they ready to come down on us heavy. If you playing games with the Lord's gift that he gave, you would have had your ass forsaken in one of them torture rooms they got. Play with the Lord if you want to. Go ahead, brother.
It's a lot if I could add. And going back to the point about where they know where we at. My rib, she had an appointment with the nurse. It was over the phone. And they was asking, how many relatives I had, she had. They was, doing a diligent search, on certain situations that was personal. And I'm just thinking, like, what does this have to do with, her health and the baby? You know what I mean? And that just shows that how desperate Esau is, and he's going to go to the extreme to find out what he wants, man. Because when that day comes, they coming in like a flood.
Shit, 2 times, we don't know if they have the brothers. Had 2 strange numbers called me. The first one, I answered. Shit, ain't nobody that said hello. Ain't nobody say shit. They just hung up. Then another day, another strange number called me, and I didn't answer. And then I called it back. What the fuck? Look at this weird shit, man. Then we in the time of being circumspect, man. Watch it. He allowed Kanye and Kyrie to do that shit, man. So he can demonize the truth even more. Regardless if they were used or not, he allowed it to happen. Though nothing get shown in this man's media that he's doing that he don't want you to see. If he didn't want you to hear about Kyrie and Kanye, he wouldn't have heard about them niggas. He would have killed their ass if he wanted to do it. He would have shut their mouth if he wanted to shut their mouth. Kanye told me they would kill me. If they wanted to kill me, they did. Nigga, they didn't took out presidents, leaders of countries, people way more important than Kanye. They took out Hitler. They want you dead, that you. Obviously, they wanted him to speak. They wanted to take that documentary Hebrews to Hebrew law, they took it off. They don't want it off.
Book of Amos, chapter 8, and I'll read verse 11 again. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai."
Hold on, so that means, we got a time limit on how much we can push out. We got to go hard. We got to do as much as we can. You know what I'm saying? You got to do everything in your capabilities to make sure you're exasperating your workload. Push out as much as you can. Push. Can't emphasize that enough. You do it out of the love of the brothers. We always want the brothers to be the best of them. You know what I'm saying? You can only do so much for them. Go ahead.
Verse 12, it says, "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it."
And we enter into another winter. We out here preaching again. Lord willing, we're going to continue to be out here. The Lord allows it. You see Jake lined up listening. Who's to say we're gonna have another winner out here being able to prophesy? By the looks of it, I don't think so. You know, I don't think so. They're doing they're entering into what is it, a 12-week digital dollar project. They've already started this bubble story. We here, man. Maybe bombs just went off in Poland. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this may be the last one that you see prophets out on the house of God. So we don't know when the Lord's going to shut our mouth. Go ahead, brother.
Come on, just going into to the scripture, like it says in the, I feel like I forget the verse, but it says, call upon the Lord, seek upon the Lord while he is near, call upon him, roughly paraphrasing. Because there's going to be a point in time where the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua is not going to be out here. All right, the scriptures speak about the 5 virgins that were full of wise. All right, and if you didn't have that oil, you didn't have this truth, then you're going to be out without Yahweh Shem Yahshua. He ain't going to protect you in these times, man. And you're going to have people, coming out to the streets trying to figure out where the prophets were, trying to break down this and trying to figure out what they're going to do in these times. My kids, they ain't got no food to eat, things of that nature. But it's going to be too late.
That's a horrible feeling, man. It's a horrible feeling, but that's why we're trying to, we're trying to tell them. They gotta listen while they can, man. Take heed while you can.
What is it? Uncle?
Yo. No, I got one.
I'm gonna read the verse again. Amos 8 in verse 12. It says, "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and shall not find it." Because the word is going out through the 4 corners of the planet Earth, man. This word is global, man. All right, so you're going to have people all throughout the coast of the world trying to find this truth. They're going to be looking at trying to find the internet. We're going to have an EMP. They're going to try to find these YouTube channels, and they're not going to see anything at all, man. Or because Esau, he's going to tear down his word. He's going to try to hide it. All right, he's going to come and persecute the prophets, man. So you don't think that it would be wise for a prophet to be out here teaching? No, it's not safe. All right, it ain't the time to be teaching. The grace period is up, man. The Lord is coming to bring famine, pestilence, and destruction to Babylon the Great.
Yes, it's a show called Jericho, right? I heard brothers watching some old show, but EMP attack happened. It was an inside job, but they tried to blame it on Korea, Russia, and Iran. But when the EMP happened, everybody was grouping up. Now, you don't want to be in that day grouping up to get into the world. I'm going to tell you right now, you just going to die. You don't want an EMP attack. You don't want an EMP attack to happen, and your neighbor knock on your door. You're like, yo, you know where to go? Let's go. You don't want to be moving with niggas in the world. You gonna want to be. You can't be with a brother. Be by yourself. But a lot of people's gonna be like that in that thing. They gonna fall into that trap. And the lights go off. Their neighbors. Man, let's fall in the get the safe. Niggas ain't got wisdom. They don't know what the hell going on. You know it's the judgment of the Lord. They think they can't be with no niggas in there. That's gonna do whatever means necessary to survive. They're stealing that day, they're killing that day. You can't bear with people in the world with all hell breaking loose, man. What? You can surely die. Go ahead, brother.
He got him up for sure.
That's why the Lord said friendship with the word is enmity with him, because you're going to see during Jacob's trouble, friendship with the world is going to cause you to perish. Because people of the world have no wisdom. They don't know how to maneuver. They do everything according to the flesh. I was watching another brother's video, the brother from Mississippi. His name is Escape. He did a very sincere video about his battle with prayer. Right? How was a battle in his mind. And he said he overcame it. Of course, he said, still battle with it, but That's something we decided to put off on the brotherhood. But a lot of people will just say, fuck it, I ain't gonna fight that demon. I'm gonna just do it because
It ain't a sin to watch people have sex.
so I'm just gonna delve into it and become a go by it. Now before you know it, it's just in your mind. It's just all in your penile gland. Niggas asses with this ass, you know what I'm saying? Clouding your damn mind. Then you'll be working and then an image will just pop up in your head. The demon that pulled up out of your penile. Yeah, nigga, remember this scene? Now your mind is on that shit. That's how it works. So, but a righteous man would say, you know what? I battle with this. So let me fight. Let me jab this nigga off. I ain't watching no clips today. You didn't get me today. Right? But a wicked person says, as soon as I get my laptop, videos all that. It's just the realization of the situation. You know? Because we're men, we go without, we're restricted. You know what I'm saying? We're in the flesh. But you have to fight for us, you have to fight. So you don't have to have this look up on the fight. Your demons ain't got no bruises, man. You ain't doing your job, man. If the Lord was to show you your demons and they got a clean face, you ain't doing your job. Your demons supposed to have a black eye, swollen lip. That better beat my ass when we. That's how your demons supposed to be going back to the Lord. He's beating my ass this week. You know? Now they Yahweh Shah. Told you we got him. Look at him right now. Look at him. Just look at him. Look what he's doing in the crib. We got him. You know? That ain't how you want the angels to go, the demons to go back. You want to go back like, man, we can't do nothing with this guy. Or they be like, man, shit, he tough. We'll get him one day, but then he'll just go on a period of just not slipping. I'm like, he around here. Too much of a battle to get him to go off.
If I may, you know, the spirits are like that. You know that hearing test you take?
Yeah.
You'll hear it, and then you get lower and lower and lower, and you can't hear it no more. And then when you can't hear it no more, the sound goes up a little higher so that you can hear it. You know, and it meters your sound. That's what the spirits are like, man. You know, they mess with you on that level where they mess with you, until it's at the point where you don't even realize that the spirits are messing with you. And then they'll come back and they'll hit that level where it last had that feeling of it messing with you, and then you know it'll work with you on that feeling. You know,
the demons will take a break if you've been kicking their ass. Just say, what, is this a devil? He should feel something. That's right. If you actually be like, yo, nah, I ain't gonna do that today. I ain't gonna look at that today. I ain't gonna indulge in that. Fuck with somebody else. I'm gonna fuck with that brother. That brother wants to suck that brother. And you be like, nah, I'm gonna do this. Anybody gonna mess with me? And he'll try to hit it. Like you said, he might come back 5 days later. Now you weak. And then you might fall that time. You know what I'm saying? But at least you fight. At least the Lord is seeing that you actually fight.
You're supposed to come in the spirit of Jacob, you know?
Yeah.
He wrestled that angel.
Yeah, that was a spiritual thing. You don't even realize that. Him wrestling the angel wasn't just for his name. It was to show you that you got to wrestle. You wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Spiritual wickedness in high places. And that angel did what? Broke his tablets. He was still, but he couldn't make an excuse. You had to go. You had to run off with adrenaline at that point. You know? So you can't give no excuses to go on, Lord, I got this drama in my family. Lord, I'm missing out on this. Lord, like, I told you I gave you the knowledge. I'm in this shit. I'm gonna put you together. You know what I'm saying? All right? That was on there?
Yeah.
I got
And then we will get that where that come from. We'll get that. No.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 5 and verse 1. Nevertheless, concerning the tokens, behold, the day is come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. You know, that's what the brother was going into. You know, in that day, you know, when the Albashim takes the prophets off the street, you know, a lot of people are going to be caught out there. You know, your neighbor ain't going to know what to do. You know, what the brother was bringing out. You know, your neighbor's going to knock on your door like, hey man, you know, what do we do? You know, we got to be moving in the spirit of Albashim and that's how we understand. But you know, everybody else, they're not going to know how to move. You know. And when you see a bunch of people dropping like fruit flies, you know, just know that they had the chance to get this word and chose not to get it.
Yeah. Hey, neighbor, your power out too? Your phone ain't working either? You come over to my house and, you know, you can tell me, fuck no, I don't trust you. But you'll have a simple, you know what, hey, you better join up with me. You know? And they turn out to be some goddamn cannibalists and some weird shit. But you thought they was cool just because they spoke to you every man. These people in the world, man. Worldly people got demons all over them, man. Engulfed in demons, man. I just seen some chick she went on a trip with her friends or an ex-person. And they fought her or some shit. And she died. And they left her there like it was dead. People engulfed in demons, man. And this was Jake we talking about. You know? Can't trust these people in the world. You may not like every brother in the truth, but you can trust him. Because you know he's moving in the faith of Yahweh Shemashah. He knows that he's bound by the ways of Yahweh Shemashah. So he got to deal with you justly. You may not like each other, might agree with each other and everything, but you have to deal justly with each other based off of y'all faith and principle. You can trust a man like that, even though he can't wrong. Because he in fear he'll get fucked up. You know? See, a dude in the world, he don't live off the principle. He'll lie to you. He'll rob for you. He'll set you up. Let his stomach go out. Especially you. Jake don't know how to go without you. Jake don't know how to go without you. So as soon as I always say, like, first week, all hell will break in. Especially in the cities. Jake knows you. You know? They're going to lose their goddamn mind because they ain't going to know how to deal with their hunter company. They're going to be depressed, mood and bad. You know what I'm saying? What they call it, hangry. They be fighting and shit now. Man. Short times for me.
Also, a lot of people have a false idea of what a friend is, you know, because a lot of people call the people that they work with friends, you know. This is my friend from work, you know. This is my neighbor, my friend, you know. But you know, the scriptures tell you that a friend shall be known in adversity, you know. And you know, a lot of people that you call your friends haven't been tested, you know.
Even the Lord said, "You are my friends if you do what I say." And you are friends. Those are those friends that do the will of Yahweh Shemashah. My brothers and sisters, why? Because you can trust them. They living off the principles of Yahweh Shemashah. You cannot trust people for the world. I don't care how much you like them, how much you can agree with them in the world. Y'all listen to the same music, y'all enjoy watching the same shit. You cannot trust them. That's a simple mindset to have. You think you can trust somebody just because y'all like the same shit. Let's say you got a woman. You think you can trust
I think
a
so.
woman because y'all like going out to the next.
Oh yeah, Khan, yep.
Right.
It
It's
is.
a simple
It's
mindset
true.
to have, man. Oh, I can trust her. I can tell this woman all my secrets because we like to go jogging together. Yeah, as soon as that woman gets in that person, she's gonna turn on your ass. How many examples of the world do you have of women today? Friends turning on their friends. That's what the Lord don't do that.
You don't like me. We can't be like each other.
That's a feminine ass trait.
You gotta like me. We gotta get along.
And you deal just with your brother, man. You You just read the Lord is austere. He wasn't a man that you liked. He wasn't a man that you got along with. He was a man that told you what it was, how it was, and get the job done, or be punished. You know, it ain't about being like right?
Oh yeah, you know, like about friends. I got it right here. Because a lot of people's gonna be taken abroad by this as well, like the brother was bringing out. The book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 10. Again, some friend is a companion at the table. And when
we vibe together, we share together.
My God, we like in the same shit. Yeah, I could be a complete fool around him. He don't judge me, he don't correct me, he ain't on my ass. I'm just cool and vibe. People at the table, eating chicken and drinking beer.
and will not continue in the day of affliction.
Nigga ain't gonna be this man when all hell breaks loose. And they show you that they walk in there to a level of his friend. You went to some of their friends, I was a friend with the damn zombie. Shout out to dead. Yeah, that's spiritual. Yeah, man. You go that friend that day, that friend will have a gun pointed at you. Well, Ray, what's up, bro? What the nigga talking? Shut the fuck up. Tell you all that shit. Everything you got. Come on, send the box. He got dry lips. What else you got? Come on. Run it. Like, damn. That shook me. That's gonna happen to about that shook me. You gonna be over it, bro. This is 20 years of friendship. Most reality gonna hit a lot of people. Go ahead.
Verse 11. But in prosperity, he will be as thyself.
Yeah, especially when you're doing stuff. Don't let you be a person that's doing stuff for him. He really gonna hang around.
Got always with me, he always around me, he getting girls around me. You know what I'm saying? We party out, we show out.
Everything's calm, collective. You got no worries. Go ahead.
He will be as thyself and will be bold over thy servant.
He will be as thyself. Y'all the same. Y'all basically, that's your friends in the world. Y'all the same. That's why you became friends. Like the same shit. That's how you become friends with somebody. You talk to them at the job, at school. You find out, oh shit, you got the same lights, same lives. Shit, let's hang together. You can be my boy, I'm be your boy. And we will be against them because they don't like what we like.
Right.
That's basically what friendship in the world is. We like the same shit, they don't like what we like, so they the opposite.
Verse 12. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee.
Damn. No, it start off like, damn, bro, you all right? What's going on, man? You know, just lost a job. Go through some tough times. All right, man. Keep that up, man. You know, I'm here for you, man. Yeah. As soon as he leaves, that nigga Trey, man, he fucked up, man. That nigga ain't got shit going on, but you know, I'm gonna be rattled, you know.
That's my dog, that's my dog. You know, I'm coming around every night.
They ain't really care. They don't care about your mental health. You don't damn sure care about your spiritual growth.